Your Valley Neighborhood Forecast is brought to you by Walgamuth Painting.
Wiggly Mouth.
Woggy Mouth.
No.
Painting.
Wiggy Mouth.
It's Woogie Mouth Painting.
It's Walgamuth Painting, and yes, we'll paint anything.
Good morning, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger here, taking a look at your planner here for the Valley. We do expect to see some clouds rolling in. Now, the thing is, we're going to be looking at some fog for many of us in the Valley here this morning, and it may take longer for it to burn off for some, especially down to the south. We still got mostly cloudy skies in Chico today. Still looks like maybe some clearing here as we get closer to the afternoon hours to the north. In fact, as a result, the National Weather Service has issued a dense fog advisory until noon today, as you can see, for basically the Valley heading southward. The last few days, especially down to the south of Chico, it's been taking really, the fog has been sticking around through a good portion of the day. We could be looking at that for places like Glenn and Butte counties, but I do expect that fog to eventually burn off here later this morning off towards the north. In fact, let's take a look at the satellite image here with the fog in here, and again, it's creeping its way northward into the Redding area, but most of that fog this morning, as you can see, is in Tehama, Glenn, and Butte counties. And that's what we're looking at here. Now, we kind of zoom it out here, and I want to show you that we are seeing all that fog making its way down to the south as well. So looking at the visibility forecast, you can see it is getting pretty dense fog possibly by 8 o'clock this morning, even for places like Redding. So some of that patchy, dense fog is what we're looking at here for many of us in the Valley. Even by 10 a.m., still some pretty dense fog. And then eventually, as we get to the noon hour, I mean, you can still see some of that fog sticking around in some areas here for the Valley, but it should improve as we go through the afternoon. But notice, especially down towards Glenn and Butte counties, we are seeing that fog stick around through a good portion of the day. So there's a chance it may take longer for places like Chico to see that fog burn off, if it does at all. Now, it lifts a little bit. You see it kind of drop, and we see very low visibility, and then sometimes you can see that fog lift. Visibility improves, but you kind of see those gray skies, and that's what we could be looking at here, especially down to the south. All right, let's take a look at that satellite image here. There you can see, of course, that band of rain here. This is looking very impressive, but what's also very impressive is the ridge of high pressure that's over us. That ridge of high pressure is what's going to break apart this storm system. Now, it's not going to break it entirely, because what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot of these high and mid-level clouds filter on through, especially later on this afternoon. Now, you can see some of the showers that are kind of trying to hold on here. In fact, some of them even trying to make their way places off the coast here and even off toward northeast. That may not even materialize, but you get the idea. The clouds are certainly going to be moving on in here over the next few days. Fairly dry for the most part. It's not until Friday night, Saturday that rain kicks in. So your forecast for today, mid to upper 50s. Now, the temperatures, this is where things get really tricky, because fog is a difficult element to forecast. All right, so if it takes longer for the fog to burn off, the longer the fog takes to burn off, the cooler your temperatures will be. The quicker the fog burns off, the warmer your temperatures will be. So that's really what we're looking at here. But overall, we do expect to continue to see a chance for some of that morning fog here over the next 24, 48 hours. But you'll notice here by Saturday, Sunday, yeah, the wet weather returns. This is what we've been talking about here all week long so far, and that'll continue at least through Christmas Eve. Now, Christmas Day for now looks dry, not guaranteed, but it does look to be dry for now.